So there's basically 5 essential knives that any either professional cook or home cook should have in their arsenal of knives. That is, the first knife is a good chef's knife. Okay, your chef's knife is your standard knife. They come in 6, 8, 10, even 12-inch blades. They're very good for chopping, dicing, basically any basic knife skills, which we'll get into in another video. The second knife that we want to talk about is your serrated knife. Serrated knife, I think a lot of people are accustomed to for breads. Because of the teeth that are in the knife, there really is nothing that can substitute your serrated knife. So you really want to make sure that you have this in your chef's toolbox as well. The third knife I want to talk about today is a paring knife. Paring knife we use for small things. Sometimes we use it to peel different vegetables or to cut anything on the smaller scale. It also works very well for garnishing with fruits and getting the fine detail that we need in some of our things. 2 other knives that we have. One is going to be a boning knife. Alright, the boning knife is really good for what we call fabrication of any of our proteins. So chicken, beef, even fish. What's good about this is the blade is small enough so that we can make the really nice fine cuts, but the curved shape actually allows us to fabricate our proteins very, very efficiently. The last knife is going to be a long chef's knife. It's used for slicing. It looks exactly like the serrated knife, except it has no teeth to it. Whenever you're slicing, say your finished holiday turkey, you want to make sure that you don't tear it apart with the teeth, but the long blade allows you to get very clean slices all the way through. So again, the 5 knives that we want to have in any chef's or home kitchen is a standard chef's knife, okay, serrated bread knife, a paring knife, a boning knife, and also the slicer, okay, a long chef slicer which has no teeth to it. Lastly, I just wanted to mention about cutting board choices. A lot of people just have kind of one cutting board that they use. The best thing to make sure you have is one cutting board for your produce, fruits, vegetables, anything that's not protein based. So then you have a separate cutting board for your chicken, your meat, your fish, and some people even have one for each one of those. You want to make sure that your board, you'll notice I'm chopping on a butcher's block, a wooden style cutting board today. I wouldn't use this for our meats, seafood, chicken, any of those kind of things, because this can be just a little bit more porous and it can get some dents from wear. I do like to use this, however, because it doesn't damage our knives as much as the more firm cutting boards do. Okay, that's why I like to use this one for our vegetables. So you would use more of a plastic cutting board for your proteins. You want to kind of shy away from any cutting board that's going to damage your knives or become slick. I've seen glass cutting boards and stone cutting boards, and I've seen a lot, but really I wouldn't suggest using any of those. First, they're relatively expensive, and secondly, the chance of slipping, or breaking the glass, those kind of things. So wooden cutting board, okay, butcher's block for your vegetables, fruit, produce, those kind of things. Your proteins, meats, seafood, chicken, make sure you get a plastic cutting board for that.